6 disgusting things narcissists always do when they are alone. Have you ever wondered what happens behind closed doors? When a narcissist is left to their own devices? Imagine for a moment that the person who dazzles you with charm, who seems to command every room with an air of superiority, reveals a side so repulsive, so unfiltered by social decorum, that it leaves you both shocked and saddened. Today, we are going to dive deep into one of the most provocative and eye-opening topics in the study of personality disorders. The 6 disgusting things narcissists always do when they are alone. This is not about judging or sensationalizing behavior, but rather about uncovering the hidden rituals and habits that stem from years of emotional manipulation, deep-seated insecurity, and a desperate need for control. In this discussion, we will explore these behaviors in detail, drawing upon years of clinical observation, insights from psychological research, and real-life case studies. Stay with me until the end as we peel back the layers of narcissistic behavior and reveal what happens in the solitude of a narcissist's life, a life that, beneath its glittering surface, is often marked by disturbing rituals that serve as both a defense mechanism and a cry for validation. Welcome, everyone, to this comprehensive exploration of the hidden and sometimes repulsive behaviors that narcissists exhibit when they are alone. I invite you to join me on this journey as we uncover the 6 disgusting things narcissists always do when they are not under the watchful eyes of others. Before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who might benefit from understanding these complex psychological dynamics. Your support is essential in building a community that values empathy, insight, and the pursuit of healing. In today's discussion, I will explain, in clear and accessible language, how certain behaviors often hidden from public view reveal the dark underbelly of a narcissist's inner life. Drawing solely from my experience as a psychologist and supported by research from reputable sources, we will discuss how these actions are not random, but are deeply rooted in the narcissist's need to protect their fragile self-image. Whether you are familiar with narcissistic abuse or simply curious about what happens behind closed doors, this discussion will provide you with the knowledge to understand, and perhaps even predict, the unsettling habits that emerge when a narcissist is left alone with their thoughts. Let's begin our exploration by delving into the very nature of narcissistic behavior and what happens when the constant need for external validation is suddenly removed from the equation. To start, consider the narcissist's relationship with their own reflection. When alone, many narcissists engage in an almost compulsive ritual of self-admiration. They will spend long periods in front of the mirror not just checking their appearance, but engaging in extended sessions of self-praise. They might recite affirmations, criticize any perceived flaw, and even record themselves to later replay and scrutinize every detail. This behavior, while it may seem humorous or even pitiable to an outside observer, is actually a desperate attempt to reaffirm their self-worth in the absence of external validation. Research in personality psychology consistently points to this kind of behavior as a hallmark of narcissistic individuals. The mirror becomes a surrogate for the adoring audience they so desperately crave, and when no one else is around to provide that admiration, they turn inward in an endless loop of self-obsession. This ritualistic self-admiration, often accompanied by excessive grooming or even makeup application, is a way for the narcissist to maintain their illusion of perfection, even if it is nothing more than a fragile construct built on years of manipulation and insecurity. Another disgusting habit that narcissists often exhibit when left alone is their tendency to engage in covert self-talk that is both grandiose and self-loathing. In private moments, the narcissist may oscillate wildly between boasting about their perceived superiority and berating themselves for any hint of failure. This internal dialogue is not a simple matter of self-reflection. It is a turbulent battle between the idealized version of themselves they project to the world and the deep-seated feelings of inadequacy that lurk beneath the surface. Psychologists have observed that this inner conflict can manifest in verbal outbursts, where the narcissist speaks to themselves in a way that is both egotistical and despairing. They might, for example, refer to themselves in the third person, as if they are both the hero and the tragic figure in their own personal saga. This behavior is deeply disturbing because it highlights the dichotomy of their existence: a public persona that is confident, and impervious, and a private self that is tormented by relentless self-criticism. Such self-talk, filled with contradictions, serves as a constant reminder of the narcissist's internal instability and is one of the more repulsive aspects of their solitary behavior. In addition to these acts of self-admiration and internal conflict, narcissists often display disturbing tendencies toward obsessive digital behavior when they are alone. In our modem age, where social media has become a primary source of validation, a narcissist might spend hours scrolling through their feeds, meticulously curating their online persona, and obsessively monitoring how their posts are received. When left to their own devices, they may engage in activities such as checking the number of likes, comments, and shares on old posts, or even stalking the profiles of those who have once admired them. This behavior can become all-consuming, leading into a state of digital dependency, where every notification, every message is scrutinized as a measure of their self-worth. Studies have shown that excessive use of social media can be particularly harmful for individuals with narcissistic traits, as it reinforces a cycle of validation and rejection. The narcissist, in their isolation, becomes trapped in a virtual loop where the absence of immediate, tangible adoration fuels a growing sense of despair and inadequacy. This digital obsession, with its endless scrolling and relentless self-monitoring, is not just a minor quirk, it is a disturbing testament to the profound impact that a lack of genuine, human interaction can have on the narcissist's psyche. A fourth repulsive behavior observed in narcissists when they are alone is the indulgence in secret fantasies of revenge. These fantasies often involve detailed, vivid imaginings of scenarios where they are able to reclaim control and exact punishment on those who have slighted them, whether real or perceived. In private moments, the narcissist may scribble down elaborate plans or even record voice memos that detail how they would destroy the lives of those who have dared to challenge their authority. While these fantasies might remain confined to the realm of thought, they serve as a dangerous outlet for the pent-up anger and frustration that accrue from a lifetime of emotional manipulation. Psychological research indicates that narcissistic individuals are particularly prone to harboring vengeful thoughts, as any form of rejection or criticism can trigger an intense desire for retribution. The fact that these thoughts are nurtured in isolation makes them even more insidious, as they often go unchecked by any external reality. The secret planning of revenge, whether or not it ever materializes into action, is one of the most unsettling aspects of the narcissist's private world. A reminder that beneath the polished surface, there lies a capacity for cruelty that can be truly disgusting. The fifth disgusting habit that emerges when narcissists are alone is their tendency to engage in self-destructive behavior, such as substance abuse or reckless actions, as a means of coping with internal pain. While they may project an image of control and superiority in public, in the solitude of their own space, many narcissists turn to alcohol, drugs, or even dangerous forms of self-harm to numb the overwhelming feelings of emptiness and despair. This self-destructive behavior is not merely a form of escapism, it is a deeply ingrained response to the internal chaos that narcissistic abuse, rejection, and isolation can create. Clinical observations have noted that self-destructive tendencies are alarmingly common among individuals with narcissistic traits, particularly when they are forced to confront the harsh realities of their own vulnerabilities. The use of substances or engagement in risky behaviors serves as a temporarily damaging way to dull the pain of constant self-scrutiny and the crushing weight of unmet expectations. This pattern of behavior is both tragic and repulsive, as it underscores the profound self-hatred that can fester beneath the surface of a narcissist's grandiosity, leading to actions that are as self-destructive as they are disturbing. Another repulsive behavior that often occurs when narcissists are left alone is the compulsive rehashing of past grievances and failures. When there is no one around to distract them with adoration or superficial praise, narcissists may become fixated on revisiting moments when they felt slighted, rejected, or criticized. This obsessive rumination is a form of emotional self-torture, a way of keeping the wounds of the past fresh in their minds. Even as those memories continue to erode their sense of self-worth, they might spend hours scrolling through old messages, rewatching recordings of past conversations, or even journaling about perceived injustices. This fixation on past hurts is not merely a passive remembrance, it is an active, ongoing process that fuels their anger and deepens their resentment. Psychological studies have shown that such rumination can lead to a vicious cycle of negative thinking, where every recalled slight is magnified and serves as further evidence of their perpetual victimization. For the narcissist, this self-imposed emotional torture is a way to validate their sense of entitlement and to reinforce the narrative that the world is unjust, a narrative that, while delusional, becomes a cornerstone of their identity in isolation. The sixth and final disgusting behavior that narcissists often exhibit when they are alone is the practice of secret self-aggrandizement through distorted self-talk and ritualistic behaviors. In the privacy of their own space, free from the immediate scrutiny of others, narcissists may engage in a series of actions designed to constantly boost their fragile ego. This can include not only the incessant mirror-gazing and self-praise already mentioned, but also ritualistic behaviors such as meticulously curating their appearance, rearranging their environment to reflect their ideal self-image, or even engaging in elaborate fantasies about future triumphs and conquests.